What is the least visited country in the world? Most people wouldn't have an answer, because most people have never even heard of it. Imagine a country so remote that it receives only 2 flights a week. A nation stranded in the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean, almost entirely cut off from the rest of the world. Tuvalu, a remote island nation in the South Pacific, is so small that even finding it on a map is a challenge. Its total land area is barely twice the size of Los Angeles International Airport, or just a fraction of Disney World. With a population of around 11,000, it exists quietly, unnoticed by the world. A place where the economy is built not on industry or tourism, but on something entirely unexpected, its internet domain, .tv. While the world streams entertainment under that digital suffix, the country itself remains almost unknown. Here, even the prison doors are left open. The entire nation stretches just 12 kilometers in length, with a width so narrow that in some places, you can see the ocean on both sides of the road. In 2023, only about 3,000 people visited Tuvalu, making it the least visited country on Earth. But Tuvalu is facing a reality that few other nations ever have. It is disappearing. Due to rising sea levels caused by climate change, Tuvalu is one of the first countries on Earth predicted to vanish beneath the ocean. This is not a distant possibility. It is happening now. As the tides rise, homes are being lost, fresh water is being contaminated, and the land itself is being swallowed by the sea. For the people of Tuvalu, this is not just a crisis. It is an existential fight for survival. What happens to a country that may soon no longer exist? What happens to its people, its culture, its identity? And why is the world not paying attention? Tuvalu is more than just a disappearing nation. It is a warning, a story that must be told before it is too late. Booking a trip to Tuvalu is no ordinary feat. Access to this remote island nation is exclusively through Fiji, with Fiji Airways operating just 2 flights per week from Suva. The limited flight schedule is partly due to the constraints of Funafuti International Airport, which lacks the infrastructure to accommodate large aircraft. This isolation contributes to Tuvalu's status as one of the least visited countries globally, with only about 3,000 visitors in 2023. Upon arrival in the capital, Funafuti, the intimacy of the nation becomes immediately apparent. The entire country spans just 26 square kilometers, making it the 4th smallest globally. Accommodations are limited to 4 modest hotels, most situated near the airport. The proximity is so convenient that walking is often the preferred mode of transport. Vehicles are scarce, and residents frequently encounter the same faces multiple times a day. Despite its seclusion, Tuvalu warmly welcomes visitors. No visa is required for entry, yet tourism remains minimal. The nation faces existential threats from rising sea levels, leading to concerns about its future. The narrowest point of the island is so slim that one can see the lagoon on one side and the ocean on the other, and during high tides or heavy rains, these areas are prone to flooding. Infrastructure is basic. There's a single police station and 1 telecommunications shop where visitors can purchase SIM cards. The limited space and resources mean that only government officials are permitted to own cars. The community's resilience is evident, but challenges persist, especially with waste management, as refuse is often burned or discarded indiscriminately. Tuvalu's unique charm lies in its simplicity and the genuine hospitality of its people. While the nation hopes to attract more tourists, its remote location and limited infrastructure pose significant challenges. Visiting Tuvalu offers a rare glimpse into a way of life that may soon be lost to the encroaching sea. By 2050, half of the capital, Funafuti, could be underwater. By 2100, nearly 90% of Tuvalu may be gone. To fight back, Tuvalu relies on international aid. The Green Climate Fund has provided $36 million for the Tuvalu Coastal Adaptation Project, TCAP, with the government adding $2.9 million. This project builds coastal defenses and reclaims land to protect homes from rising water. One of its biggest efforts involves dredging sand from the lagoon to create higher land, similar to Dubai's Palm Islands. Despite the risks, most Tuvaluans don't want to leave. Australia has offered permanent residency to 280 people each year, along with 11 million Australian dollars in climate aid, but many residents prefer to stay in their homeland. The government has set up a climate change department to find solutions, but time is running out. Experts predict Tuvalu could become unlivable in the next 30 to 40 years. Tuvalu's story is a warning to the world. Climate change isn't a distant problem. It's happening now, and if nothing changes, this country could disappear forever. In Tuvalu, daily life operates uniquely due to its limited infrastructure. The National Bank of Tuvalu stands as the primary financial institution, handling about 90% of the nation's banking assets. Residents rely on this sole bank for all financial transactions, as there are no ATMs and credit or debit cards are not in use. Cash is the standard, with the Australian dollar serving as the official currency. The country's prison system is notably unconventional. Inmates are permitted to leave their cells to work and are expected to return afterward, reflecting a community-based approach to rehabilitation. Social activities often revolve around communal gatherings, with gambling being a prevalent pastime. Residents frequently engage in games where prizes can reach up to 3,000 Australian dollars, alongside fishing, drinking, and sharing meals. Economically, Tuvalu benefits significantly from leasing its .tv internet domain, a valuable asset in the digital age. This arrangement contributes approximately $5 million annually to the nation's revenue, supplementing income from fishing licenses and international aid. Despite its small size, Tuvalu maintains a parliamentary system, with representatives from each island participating. Government officials, including the Prime Minister, reside in close proximity, fostering a tight-knit leadership community. Cultural traditions remain strong, as evidenced by inclusive events like weddings, where the entire nation is often invited to celebrate. In the evenings, the airport runway transforms into a communal space for activities such as football, highlighting the resourcefulness and community spirit of Tuvalu's residents. Since gaining independence from Britain in 1978, Tuvalu has navigated the challenges of being one of the world's most remote island nations, relying on a blend of traditional practices and modern innovations to sustain its unique way of life. Yet, despite everything, life in Tuvalu carries on. The people are warm, their hospitality genuine, and their way of life deeply tied to the ocean that both sustains and threatens them. While the country hopes for more visitors, its remote location and fragile future make it an unlikely destination for most people. Thank you so much for watching. To support our channel, please subscribe.